Do you know which is the most widely word used in English? We always do use that word, but sometimes we do neglect as well. So now today we're going to understand that word only. So here I welcome you all again in Gazette Study Circle platform, where we're going to understand the very important topic, that is article. In almost all the exam, in different ways this particular topic has asked, and today we are going to understand it in detail. So now see, for example, if I want to say give me a pen. Okay, give me a pen, it means I'm asking one of the pen, right? But if I want to say give me the pen, it means I'm asking something particular, right? Give me the black pen, give me the red pen. Here I have used the word, right, and the. It has changed the meaning completely, isn't it? So that's the reason, to show some specificity, to show particular or exact thing, we need to study articles. So today we're going to understand that only, why we should study article and what is the importance of it and everything. Now see, what is articles? Articles helps to understand something general or something specific. The way I told you, a pen and the pen. A pen means very simple, I'm asking like give me any of the pen, but the pen means I'm talking about something particular, right? So a and the it shows the they gives us the clarity, where to use what, and they convey our meaning specifically and particularly. Now see, in modern English structure or in modern English grammar, there are three articles. For example, a, an, and the, which describes as determiners. So these articles also known as determiners. Now what are the determiners and everything we are going to understand. Now see, in English we have three group of articles. They are, usually we do study two only, definite article and indefinite. The third one, zero article do exist. Now see, so definite article always have the only. Okay, then in indefinite category we are having two, that is a and an, and the third one is zero, which is today we're going to understand this. Now see, first rather than understanding all the rules and everything, we should understand why we are studying this. Right now see, what is the significance or importance of studying article? The first thing, they make sentence clear and precise. Second thing, they helps us in fluency and correctness in English while writing and speaking. So whenever we do right now at the time, and while speaking as well, we should convey our meaning exactly and properly, so that these articles helps us to say that. Now see, sometimes we use wrong articles and they change the meaning completely. So that's the reason we have to understand articles as well. They shape meaning, they polish our language, and they show specificity. That's the reason we have to study articles. Then they show definiteness. Then why to study articles? For why? Because most of this is the most common word in English we are having, that is the, and we use them extensively. That's the reason we have to study them. Then frequently they do appear in all different exams in India, so that's the reason we have to study them. We always majority of the time we do misuse them, so that's the reason we have to study them. And most important, to bridge the gap between basic and advanced English, we have to study them. So these are some of the reason and significance of articles. Now let us understand some facts about articles. Now see, articles always comes before noun. For example, here sun is a noun, man is noun, girl, hut, umbrella, all these are nouns. So before them article will come. So here I have used here here the, here again we have used some articles. So it means before noun we have our articles, and after noun they don't appear. Before noun only they will appear. Right now see, we don't use articles before pronoun. What is pronoun? Like I, we, you, they, etc. They are all known as pronouns. So before them we don't use any article. Then articles belongs to determiner family. What are the determiners? Now see here, this, that, my, those, etc. They are all determiners. So our article belongs to determiner family. Then in English we have two major types of article, that is definite and indefinite, right? We have already studied definite article and indefinite article. Plus with that we are having zero articles as well. Today we have to study that only. Now see, they are based on sounds, very important, and not the spelling. For example, if I want to say university, okay, here we also know one simple rule, A, E, I, O, U. Whenever they will come, we will use an, isn't it? This is the basic rule we have studied. So according to this rule, that is what we have studied. Here it is you, right? So that's the reason we will use an, isn't it? No, but we will not going to use an here. Why? Because I have told here, they are based on sounds. So when I say university, it is not u, right? It is year, university. So sound is year, it is a consonant, right? So that's the reason So that is the reason here we can't use an, we use a university, and if we are talking something specific, then we will use the university. So one thing is clear here, we can't use an, right? So that is something very clear by this rule. So that's the reason these articles are based on sounds. We have to understand sounds and not the spelling. So can you tell me what we will use here for MLA? Can you recognize the sound now rather than spellings? Yeah, so do that and tell me in comments. Now see, in some languages articles don't exist, like in Hindi, Russia and China. In this particular languages we don't have any article. So now see, let's understand what are the types of articles. The first thing, that is what I told you, first category we are having definite article. In definite article we are having the only, right? It is used for specific noun, for example moon, sun, earth. Now see, and for example, okay, let's clear something here. When we call the and when we call the, okay, whenever we are having sound here, no consonant sound here, for example here we are having moon and sun, so here it is consonant, isn't it, M, and here sun, it is these both are consonants, so we use the moon, right? But here we are having vowel sound before, after the, for example earth, right? So here what we have, E sound is here. Okay, let me write here, it will be very clear. Okay, so here we are having our vowel sound, so that's the reason we called it as the. So before consonant sound we call the, and before vowel sound we call the, right? So this is a very little difference, minute difference, we should know. I hope you have understood. Now see, the second category is indefinite article, in which we are having two, that is a and an. So a is used before consonant sound. I told you we should always recognize sounds, right, rather than spellings. So it is a used before consonant sound. For example cat, pot, here cat it is k, right, and here pot it is p or p. So that is the reason we use a here and a as well. So before consonant sounds we use a, okay, and then an is used before vowels. So vowels, we know that a, e, I, o, u, by sound they should come, right, the way we have understood in the previous slide. So for example an hour, see here, now here we have h, but h is silent here and we called it as hour, so that's the reason a is coming, that's the reason an hour, an ink pot, right? And the third one is we are having zero article, that is what we are going to understand. Now see, let it understand in a little deeper way. The thing that I told, in the first category we have definite use for specific and particular thing. For example, the sun is very hot. Here we have, we are talking about something specific about the sun, like sun is very hot, that's the reason we have used the here, and it is also unique, right? Then indefinite, indefinite article we use for general things. I'm very sorry for the noises and the background noise from my side. Then we are having two articles in our indefinite category, right, that is a and an. For example, he is a doctor. Here I am talking about one of the doctor. There are millions of the doctors across the globe, isn't it? But I am using a to denote I am talking one of the doctor, not something, someone else. And for example, the other one, Ram saw a cat. Here there are so many cats, Ram has seen one of those, right? So that is the reason we use a cat. I hope you have understood. These are some of the definition of articles. And now the rules, the way I told you, right? Now the rules or conditions for indefinite article. Already I have mentioned we use an for a vowel sound, that is a, e, I, o, u, and those consonants who sounds like a vowel, right? For example, we have understood our, right? Here we have consonant only, but it is silent and we called it as our, that's the reason we use an. Okay, then we are having consonant sounds, we use a for it. For example, a pen, a university, a man, a book, right, a bag, a car. Here also I have explained, here even it is you, right, but while speaking it we do have the word you, right, university, that's the reason we use instead an. Now see, the third one is zero article. Why we are studying this today? Because once we understand what not to use somewhere, we will understand the other rules very easily, isn't it? So we are having the, and an, right? But before studying them, if we understand where we can't use any article, if we understood that thing now, then it will be very easy to understand the and. That's the reason today we are studying zero article. Okay, so what are the zero articles? Zero articles means we don't use any article. Okay, zero articles means we don't use any article before some nouns. Now see, so I hope you have understood. this point. So now see, before our names we don't use any article, so that is what, that is zero article. We can't say like, for example, the girl with the name Rima, we can't say like the Rima, the Priya, etc. Okay, we do call only names. That's the reason before our nouns and pronouns, we can't use articles. Okay, there are some rules, we'll understand, then it will be too much clear. Now see, what are the conditions? The first thing, we use no article before number one. The first rule, we use no article before general ideas. So there are some general ideas. For example, love is powerful, honesty is the best policy. So here love is powerful, honesty is best policy. These are all the general ideas, and that's the reason we don't use any article before them. Like we can't use the love is powerful and something, right? So before general ideas we don't use any article. That is the first point. And what could be the trick here? While reading we have to focus on sentences, what they are trying to convey us. That is what we have to understand while reading only, so it will not be burdenous for us. Then the second rule is, we use no article before abstract and uncountable nouns. Now what is this? See, those words or those things which we can't touch, that is, they are known as abstract nouns. Okay, and uncountable means which we can't count. Now understand, happiness is essential for good health. We know happiness, right? But we can't touch it, isn't it? For example, a person who has won, he is crying. By usually while looking at somebody is crying, it means we feel sad. The person must have some pain and etc. But after winning a trophy or something, we are again having that beautiful crying and all, isn't it? So that's the reason at that time we can't say the person is crying and that person is having in pain. No, not at all. That crying is for his he is expressing his emotion very deeply, isn't it? So that's the reason these are all abstract things, isn't it? These are all abstract ideas. So we don't use any article before abstract and uncountable nouns. For example, here milk is uncountable, music is also uncountable, right? So these are some of the nouns we are having which we can't count. For example, each drop of milk we can't count. We do say 1 liter, 2 liter, etc. But we can't count the drop. That's the reason we don't use any article. I hope it is clear. Now what is the trick here? Now see, we have to make a short list of abstract and uncountable nouns which will going to help us in our vocabulary building as well. Then we use no article before names of countries, languages and subjects. For example, before India and Nepal, and there are so many names of the countries, we don't use any article. Now we use article before, we do call like the United Kingdom, etc. So why we are using, we'll understand in our another video which is about the definite article. Then like Hindi, English, for example, she speaks Spanish, we don't use any article here, isn't it? So that's the reason. For example, she speaks Hindi, she speaks English, so we don't use any article before these languages. Now biology and mathematics, and there are so many subjects we are having, so before that subjects also we don't use any article. He studies mathematics, that's it, we don't use any article. He studies the mathematics, etc. we don't say, right? Then what is the trick here? The trick is just simply we need to just observe. Wherever we do talk now, we have to observe and focus what we are talking and all. Then the fourth rule is, we use no article before general plurals. For example, dog is general and plural, cat is also, these are general and common names, isn't it? So we are adding s at the end here, like here, and we are making them plural, and they are becoming some general plurals, isn't it? So before them we don't use any article. For example, dogs are loyal, cats are cute, she like apples. So these are some of the words we don't use article before them. So what will be the trick here? That simple trick is, we just need to make a general plural list, and we just need to, or even the better thing is that 2-3 times we just need to look upon that particular top, that points and that words, then we will later we will understand it well. Now the another fifth rule is that we use no article before proper nouns. For example, some name of the names and places which are very famous across the globe, we don't use article before them. For example, Jack is my friend, this is a noun, we don't use any article before this name. Then I have visited Google this year, so here this is most famous and one of the famous place, so we don't use article before them. Paris, one of the most famous place, people do visit there, they do travel there, so we don't use articles before famous places. Okay, now the thing is, we need to why for the trick we need to visualize some pictures of the places in our mind, so that while talking we will be careful where to use article and where we should not, right? Then the another rule is, we use no article before general meals. For example, they had lunch. It is general. Somebody is talking very general, very common things as usually they do talk, isn't it? So we don't use any article here. He had lunch at noon. So it is also one of the general sentence. We don't use any article. Let's go for a lunch. Here also we don't use any article, right? So what would be the trick? Wherever we are talking, see, all these are the general sentences we do use. So we have to be a little careful while speaking, and daily we do practice about it, right? So that's the reason we will get it very clearly. Then we use no article before games and sports. For example, here cricket and chess, etc., they are the games and sports, right? Before them we don't use any article. For example, we play cricket every day. Here I haven't used any article, right? She liked to play chess. Here also we don't use any article. What would be the trick here? The simple trick is we should be observant. We should not neglect these things while speaking and writing as well. Then the other thing, we use no article before transport plus by. Now let's understand this. Ram goes to, or somebody else, he goes to office by train. Here the transport is train, the vehicle is train here, and we have used before train, that is by, isn't it? So we can't use any article here. So simply we will going to say or speak like this. He goes to office by train, by bus, by plane, etc. Similarly, Rima travels by train, right? So here after when we use by, after that for transport vehicles we don't use any article. That is the point we have to remember. So what would be the trick here? The trick here is to practice and use those sentences as a good policy. So we have to use these sentences every day. Okay, then here some of the practice sheets or the questions that I have given. You can practice this all and comment your answers in the comment section, and that's it. This by this only we're going to understand how much we have learned. So part 2 will be on the way, and we'll definitely going to understand our definite article, that is the, and the other two articles. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you.